Welcome to Druggy Nation. We're the bridge between everything pharmacy and pop culture. And now, let's check in with your connect and America's favorite pharmacist, Emmanuel Wogirin.
In my head, like, yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
With the Spotify money?
Yeah.
And Lizzo? Lizzo been industry plant?
So I'm trying to figure out, because she said she was fucking with someone on the Vikings.
Yeah, facts. Who is it on the Vikings?
I don't know. It's Stephon Diggs says he's trying to get to the bottom of this. You think it was Stephon Diggs?
Oh, yeah. You know, they try to do that.
Yeah, they're like,
I'm going to investigate. Yeah. It's probably you.
Yeah. You're like, who fucking the hoe? And you're like, oh, it's you. Why are you asking questions?
Yo. All right. Let me start this shit off, yo.
It's like how Tiana Trump with the OKC thing.
I didn't hear about it. Okay, so wait, Tiana Trump?
Yeah. So,
Tiana Trump, is that that's porn star?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, facts. I said Trump, I thought it was like one of the daughters.
Oh, no, fuck him. She lives in Canton.
Uh-huh.
Like,
who?
Tiana Trump.
Tiana Trump lives in Canton?
Yeah.
The porn star?
Yeah.
She live right here?
Yeah. I've been trying to get her on the show for like the last 3 months.
No, but she really live right here?
She lives over
She on
there.
Instagram and stuff?
Yeah.
If I get on the show, what we talk about on the Druggy Nation podcast? Ooh, that's wild, yo. That's I didn't know that.
STD prevention.
I'm going to have to investigate this, huh?
STD prevention.
STD prevention?
Yeah.
Talk to her about that?
Well, yeah, she got
STD.
She talked about how...
I used to HIV free, shorty.
She got burned. She said that.
Oh, she did?
She did
I'm going to have to get on the show.
Yeah. She did something on Morgan State, too.
Morgan State. I got my boys go over to Morgan State. Oh, fat. Okay. We're going to talk more about this. I definitely already started recording, though.
All right.
It don't matter, though.
Oh, you did?
I don't give a shit.
All right. What's up?
All right. Yo, make it mic check. Testing 1, 2, 3. You already know what it is.
What's
I'm
good?
coming live from the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia, if you're not familiar. But in particular from Baltimore, Maryland, a.k.a. Crime City. It's America's favorite pharmacist, Emmanuel Wogirin. And I want to take this moment to welcome a special guest to the podcast. You know, I met this hooligan back in the day on the street corner. He was a young boy. You know, he came up to me, wanted to know more about the game, you know, on some paid in full shit. I love this shit. He's trying to cop some new Jordans. Me personally, I don't really like Jordans, but, you know, I digress. So I was like, you know, I'm going to put you up to the game, young boy, on some training day shit.
So are you Rico and I'm
First, he had to prove his loyalty to the kid, you know what I mean? And move some drugs, you know, for me via his butt crack from DC to Boston. Well, long story short, he passed the test and we've been tight ever since, all right? Now, that could just be an elaborate story, or he could just be one of the hosts from the Unofficially Black podcast and MTR networks. All right? So now let's welcome my guy, my boy, Greg, to the #1 podcast. Give it up for him. Give it up.
What's good? Hey, what's up? Hi. Yeah.
All right, let's dap it up real loud on the mic so they know it's real. Right. There we go.
So I do have to say one thing.
Say it. Talk your shit.
Because I know you're not from Baltimore.
Oh, I'm not from Baltimore at all.
I know.
Yeah.
We don't call ourselves DMV.
Oh, no, facts. Oh, wait. You say you don't call yourself DMV?
Yeah.
But wait, people from outside call this area the DMV, though, because DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Yeah.
Like rappers and shit. And
we disassociate ourselves.
Really? I never heard that before.
It's a very prideful thing in Baltimore.
Why is that, though, then? But what if everybody else called DMV?
Because
they're tourists and shit. They don't know better?
They're weird.
Like me?
Yeah, well, they like fucking go-go, and we don't like
You don't like go-go? Oh, why they lie to us?
We don't like pop. We don't like pots and pans over here.
Yo, for real though?
So serious.
I mean, but that's more DC though.
Yeah,
right. Like go shit.
They don't fuck with club music over here. It sounds retarded. Some of them.
Oh, really?
Well, I can't. Shit.
It don't matter, man. I'm not editing. I'm leaving that right in there. So they know you're a bad person right there. I don't care. I'm gonna leave that shit right there.
Yeah, we don't. They don't like it because it's too.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of go-go music, but I know Baltimore didn't like. I think Baltimore, y'all feel like the little brother to like DC a little bit. Oh, that's the sense I get.
We're like a very weird underdog for some reason.
Even though y'all the biggest state and shit. Yeah, but like I get that though. Yeah. And y'all had the wire over here. Yeah. Y'all are mad hood in Baltimore. Yeah. Baltimore's the most hood place I ever lived in my life.
And Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, MVP right now.
Yeah.
All right, let me finish introing this podcast. Okay, so if you're a first-time listener, welcome to the conversation here at Drug E Nation. So as a Pill Popper Nation, this is the numero uno, all right, platform to talk about the role drugs play in our everyday lives and society. This is the only pharmacy podcast worth listening to. I personally call it informative entertainment where you learn and laugh, all right? So here we have an open dialogue about our drug use, whether it's like prescription, recreational, illegal, whatever it is,
I'm
right?
getting fired.
And how it affects everyone in America, either it's individually or you have family or friends, all right? Nobody's immune to this drug use, all right? And shout out to my 1,000 plus subscribers. I think I'm like at 1,500 right now. So let's go. Let's keep it coming.
Hey.
All right. And with that, welcome to AudioSode 11. 11 is a great number. That's like my birthday right there. April
that's
11.
what's up.
April 11. You already know what it is.
April 11th?
Yeah, 411.
No
baby.
fucking way.
Yeah, 411.
April 5th.
I used to have that. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, difference is 6. Oh, we're the 6 gods.
I know.
Let's go. Let's
Aries.
go. Dap it up again. Aries, baby, all
bros.
day. Aries is the realest niggas ever.
Fun fact, Rob's other podcast
Oh, Rob
partner,
is, where is he?
Rob,
Yeah.
his other podcast partner, Dan, also is an Aries.
Oh,
too.
facts?
Yeah.
Aries is real niggas out here.
Yeah,
Aries.
we are.
All right, so yo, this podcast is gonna be a little different if you haven't, already learned already from the start. Usually I hit you with a topic and the discussion kind of branches off of that one umbrella. But it's the holiday season and I feel like doing some random shit. So I want to talk about a few topics that might be all over the place, but we're gonna find a way to bring it together though,
Yeah,
So hopefully it's some good content.
It'll transition.
So, yeah, exactly. Some topics I'm thinking of is like the opioid epidemic versus the crack epidemic.
Oh, shit.
We're trying to talk about that. Get real controversial with that shit. Talk about fentanyl and what China and Mexico got to do with that. I can't wait to hear the story about somebody's Benadryl addiction
Oh, shit.
and how that started. I'm gonna need the
man.
beginning, middle, end of that story.
Oh, my
So I guess in saying that, then the umbrella for this episode kind of have to be like addiction in general.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll go off into other tangents and talk about some other random stuff. But like,
Shout out to J. Cole for making an album on it.
oh, word? Oh, KOD,
Oh,
right?
KOD.
Yeah. We're gonna see how this goes. All right, let's get into it. So today's topic, like I said, an umbrella is like addiction, all right, in general, and like how we have and are currently approaching drug addiction from all types of angles. And I say we as in this society, as in this year, America. All right. First thing we got to do is define addiction. So let me get all the bullshit out the way. So addiction, I'll give you the APA, which is the American Psychiatric Association definition, real official. So they define this disease. Do you think addiction is a disease or is it like a habit or like a lack of self-control? But we call it a disease,
I'm not
like
sure.
getting cancer or diabetes, which is like, you can see it.
Do you consider mental diseases?
Mental health, mental health is, if you consider mental health a disease, then you got to consider addiction a disease because that's a mental kind of thing. So I guess, I'll try do some controversy right there, but it didn't work out too well for me.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. All right. So it's a complex condition, right? It's a brain disease that you see as compulsive substance abuse or use, I guess, despite harmful consequences. Sounds like a lack of self-control. Okay. All right. So people with addiction, a severe substance use disorder, have an intense focus on using a certain substance like alcohol or drugs to the point that it's going to take over your whole life. They'll keep using this alcohol or drugs even when they know it'll cause problems. So what if you go to a happy hour like every day of the week? Like, is that an addiction? Are you like an alcoholic like that? Or is it like, I don't know.
I mean, so are you only drinking within that happy hour time frame?
What if you're drinking at home too and everything by yourself?
That's a bad addiction.
Then you're like an alcoholic and shit?
Yeah, you're an alcoholic.
No, I'm just saying somebody I know, man.
Yeah, you can't go to work like that.
Oh, no, you can't do that. You can be a functioning alcoholic. There's a lot of functioning alcoholics out here.
Fun fact, where I work at, and you know where I work at?
I've
seen some alcoholics there, and they brought alcohol.
They come in, they breath smell alcohol?
They literally, like, I went to the bathroom, and the trash can smelled like straight-ass, like, Patron. I was like, what the fuck?
Yo, that's wild.
It is. It's nasty. And they had, like, a big-ass pizza party up, like, the 6th floor of my office. And it was a pizza party. All you smelled was booze.
Oh, of course. I mean, you got to get lit. Especially now when it's coming out, the holiday parties coming in full effect. Oh, shit goes down to holiday parties.
If I told you the stories about that place in the 70s.
Oh, we got to talk off mic about that shit.
Okay. That's a wild-ass place, let me tell you that.
So, according to the National Institute of Drug Abuse, people begin taking drugs for a variety of reasons, right? Including to feel good, want to feel pleasure, high, feel better. We got a lot of stress relief with, taking drugs to do better. Improve performance, curiosity, is good old peer pressure. Now, people with addictive disorders may be aware of their problem, but be unable to stop it even if they want to. All right. Now, in saying all that, let's talk about two epidemics that are kind of based in addiction, right? Which is the opiate epidemic right? And the crack cocaine epidemic. As Charlie Murphy, R.I.P., once said, cocaine is a hell of a drug. All right?
Shout out to Rick James.
Shout out to Rick James. Rest in peace. So we all know about the opioid epidemic at this point, right? Right?
Yes.
You familiar with it? What do you know about opioid epidemic?
I am,
yeah.
But I have to ask a question that's kind of on top of it.
Oh, fact. Go ahead.
It's not off topic, but it's on top. It's on course.
Okay.
Why is it that it becomes an epidemic when white people do it?
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
Okay.
Don't trust that. I want to give people know about the opioid epidemic right now, but I want to give them a little backstory on cocaine and how it started in America and how we got to the crack epidemic.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, the opioid epidemic, like I said, has been all over the news recently, right? But let's get a little more backstory on that cocaine in America, all right? Leading to the crack epidemic.
Put it in work.
So, put it in work. So, cocaine is a stimulant drug that's made from the leaves of the coca plant. And it first started being used as medicine during surgery, which makes sense, right? Numb you out. Yeah. So doctors were having issues like using ether and chloroform because the patients would like vomit. And they found that like cocaine will make you numb. Makes sense, right? Yes. People just sell it in drinks too. They sold it in a drink called Vin Mariani. You can look that up. They claimed it would restore health and vitality. Look at the talent came up with that shit.
I was about to say, that sounds like a Blueface song. Vin Mariani.
Vin Mariani, restore your health. Hey, more.
Blueface, if you make that a song, let me know.
Blueface gonna make that a song.
Vin Mariani, over here touching the body. Oh.
Yeah, so they had in those drinks like Vin Mariani. They claimed that it would restore your health and vitality, you know. And since there was money to be made, basically like the pharmaceutical companies started making it and marketing like cocaine. Like companies were literally basically like selling cocaine. That's wild. Let's just put that in perspective.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so this was all in the late 1800s, right? Now, let me tell you guys about cocaine in pharmacy. People may or may not know this, but a pharmacist came up with Coca-Cola. Made with cocaine. You knew about that? Cocaine and sugar syrup? I was in Atlanta. I went to the Coca-Cola factory thingamajig. That's why I learned about that. That was like a few years back, like 2014, I think I went to Atlanta.
I had a college, when I was doing like college prep class, like program.
Yeah.
The college prep program we went to Atlanta. Then we went to Emory, and Emory was like,
I went to Emory too, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we like all the Coke products and all of this. And then we went to the Coca-Cola spot. They were like, yeah, did you know y'all were taking cocaine? I was like...
When was this? When you were younger?
Yeah, I was like I knew it! You bastards!
Yeah, I mean, Coca-Cola is basically cocaine and sugar syrup.
Yeah.
That's what that shit was.
It gives it away in the title.
No, I was looking at... Yeah, word, right? Yeah, I was looking more into this stuff, whatever, like looking up Coca-Cola and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People didn't know that it was first just only sold at racially segregated water fountains, right? And became popular among the white middle class. Yeah, then later on, they bottled it up, and then the lower classes and like minorities started using it. But after that, the company actually pulled Coke off the market because they didn't want black people drinking it, which is very interesting.
That is very
like, we don't like your kind around here.
We don't want you to take
I don't know. Like, do you think they were looking out for us because they could have seen the future and didn't want to contribute to the crack epidemic?
I was about to say.
I don't want to affect these little nice black kids and stuff. It's probably the reason, right? I'm going to go with that one. That's the reason, right? They pull it up.
Well, then Reagan came.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. so it's really a weird history if you look into it. Like, Coke and Pepsi is like mad weird because Coke wanted only like whites to have it, access to the drink or whatever. And then when Pepsi came out, they like particularly marketed to the African-American community.
Yeah.
That's a different story, though. Y'all look into that more if you wanted to hear about that. But I thought it was really interesting.
I don't know if I can call Coca-Cola racist for that.
Oh, nah. For like what? For marketing only to white people?
Yeah. I was like, good looking out. Like,
they wasn't looking out for it. They was trying to keep what they had to themselves.
We're not crack babies. Well,
I mean, well,
until the 80s happened. But
yeah, a little bit of that. All right, so now let's fast forward now to the crack cocaine. Which that came on the scene like in the 1980s in Miami, MIAO.
Yeah.
So now crack is made by, you know how crack is made? I get from cocaine to crack.
Isn't it
get to the rocks.
I thought it was from a plant in Vietnam.
Well, yeah, I mean, the coca plant, definitely. That's how you make powdered cocaine.
Okay.
But now crack, you watch a show called, what's it called? Snowfall. Oh, that's my show right there.
I haven't watched it all the way.
Dope. Yeah. Oh, what? The third season is lit, bro.
I'm going to have to check it out.
Oh, no, it's super good show. That's my favorite show on TV right now.
I was mad because I was like, season one. Well, I'm waiting for that too. Yeah. I was waiting for season one to get into Oliver North, like going to the Colombian drug trade. Yeah.
I think it was still in the 80s right now, though.
Okay.
And then, because that's like more, isn't it late 80s?
I think so. That was when he was...
When he was a general or some shit right now. I mean, yeah. Something like that. But yeah, no, that's like, yeah, that's how, man, that's a good show. But anyways, crack, that's how crack is made. So crack is made by dissolving powdered cocaine in a mixture of water and ammonia and boiling it down until a solid is formed, right? Yeah, do that, right? Yeah, I'm sure if y'all try to make crack out there, that's how you do it, okay? And then you break it down into smaller chunks or rocks, and now you can smoke it. So smoking crack brings a short, intense high, and that makes it more addictive than powdered cocaine, all right? Crack was also like a lot cheaper than cocaine back in the day. Like for perspective, right? In 1985, crack sold for about $5 a rock in most cities.
God damn.
All right, so that's my little spark notes history of cocaine in America. You know, now I guess is the way we want to talk about, which is the crack epidemic, because the drug was cheap, right?
Yeah.
And did a hell of a job too. A lot of the clientele were poor people, minorities who wanted to get away from
they wanted that blue magic.
Yeah, blue magic, man. They want to get away from the hardships, man, of life, man. Even for 5 minutes, whatever that short high is, you know. You know, we all know how we got to the opioid epidemic. Because basically, the doctors were like over prescribing pain meds and led to like patients, you know, getting addicted, and you know, now we're here. Yeah. But both deal with addiction, right? But how do we handle? We're totally different.
Oh, completely.
And that is the first topic I want to really talk about. You know, cocaine, the coke, the crack, cocaina. All right, like Biggie said, man, 10 crack commandments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 crack commandments. You think we have to clear this song right here? What's your favorite crack commandment he taught us?
Oof.
Mine would probably be like, never get high on your own supply.
Yeah.
Or never give a crack addict coke on a leash, whatever, on credit.
Never get high on your own supply.
Never get high on your own supply is dope too, though.
They've been telling us that since Scarface.
Since forever.
Yeah.
Since Scarface?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a real king right there. That's an OG right there. So let's talk about that, the crack versus, the opioid epidemic and how that differed. Like right now, the opioid epidemic, we have how America views it is more so as, those are victims of something a company did that was so wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the OxyContin is really where it really got started with the opioid epidemic. And then how America and Congress is responding to it is more so, you know what? Now we need treatment programs to put people into. Now we need this. Now we need to sue these companies because this is what you guys did. And then for the cocaine and the crack epidemic,
let's get rid of everybody.
It was like an extension of the war on drugs, right? Yeah. Which started in the 70s. We all know how that started out because they have it on tape. How Nixon, like, I want to go over the blacks and the Jews, blah blah, all that good stuff. And that's how war on drugs started, and that kind of led into the 80s. The war on drugs just continued with the cocaine, and like when the majority of people that were using it and dying from it were minorities and black people in general, it was looked on more as, it's a crime and you deserve what you got. And now let's make it even worse for you now. Yeah. And you know what I mean? People just left out there homeless and on the streets just dying off cocaine and crack, and nobody did anything about it. Because they said, like, you know what, you guys did this to yourself. It's your own fault. You're not a victim here, right?
Yeah.
So that's the difference between cocaine, crack epidemic, how that was treated, and how the opioid epidemic is being handled right now. But like, what are your thoughts on that? That's the first part I want to start off with. What are your thoughts on that whole situation?
Well,
the difference.
I think the difference isn't surprising because I was bringing up.
Why isn't it surprising? Why isn't it surprising?
Because epidemics are only epidemics until white people have it.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Epidemics are only epidemics when white people go through it.
Facts.
Like when I think of the crack epidemic, I just saw it as the crack issue. Like the crack problem, the crack crisis wasn't an epidemic because, it's off. Ebola.
Yeah, okay.
Ebola was a huge issue.
Of course, in Africa, yeah.
It's in Africa. When it came over here and a white guy got it, it's
the
Ebola epidemic. What's going on?
That shit was been going on before that happened over there, right? Yeah,
and it was kind of like, it happens all the time over there. Yeah, little Africans. And you're just like, what the fuck? But like with the opioid epidemic, it was kind of, I'm like, it's not really something that I'm gonna be like, I'm tuned in or anything because because of how they treated crack, for example.
Yeah.
And even though Kanye West comes out and be like, I'm sorry, I'm bipolar because of opioids and shit like that, it's kind of like,
because back then, it was, like I said, war on drugs, they arrested people that were using the coke. They're not arresting nobody here using opiates right now.
It's just abuse. Yeah, it's like, I treat it the way they treat us in the fact of you're abusing yourself in that regard.
Nah, these are facts.
Yeah.
Like even now, when you talk about the opioid epidemic, right? You see it in the news, right? You've seen it on the news before, probably, right? Or on YouTube, wherever you get your news like fill from, and you see who's affecting. What images you usually see?
The white faces.
What images, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
of college grads and whatnot.
Exactly. Like I read an article recently in the U.S. News and World Report the other day. That's U.S. News and World Report the other day. If I stumbled that, and it was saying that like all the places that have been overlooked in the opioid epidemic have been largely minority areas. Like right here in East Baltimore and Southeast DC. If you're familiar with the DMV, if you're familiar with this area, you know those places are like notorious, like high crime, poverty, all that good stuff. And actually, I've visited and like know people from those areas and lived in those areas for a short period of time. Actually, and spent a bunch of time over in those two areas. So I could definitely see the effect of like, drugs in general. In
general, yeah.
Like in those two areas, you know what I mean?
You'll see a junkie on the street of Baltimore.
Oh, facts.
I
live right here, so I see that all the time right now.
They pretend to be homeless sometimes. And it's kind of hard because...
Oh, you said pretend to be homeless?
Well, not pretend to be homeless, but there's like, I need money or something immediately. Sure. And they give you a specific amount that they need.
Oh, yeah. Oh, to get their fix.
Yeah.
Oh, facts.
Like somebody be like, I just need 30 cents to get home. And I'm like, you don't need to get home.
No, facts.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Like it's definitely, the opioid epidemic is definitely affecting more white people overall. Yeah. But that's only because it's being prescribed to them more.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not just saying that too. Actually, it's a fact. Because another article I saw read that like the big success of the main culprit in this opioid epidemic is OxyContin, right? Which is like the strongest opiate, pretty much. Ugh, that's because the only reason that was even led to market because like Purdue Pharma was the company that makes the OxyContin. They falsely claimed that like the risk of addiction from OxyContin was extremely small, like less than 1%, which was a complete lie.
Purdue Pharma, that's the people.
That's the one that's been OxyContin. That's the ones that they're making billions.
Are they the one doing the chickens too?
Chicken suits?
I didn't hear about that. The chickens, Purdue Farm chickens.
Oh no! Oh, that is true. Actually, Purdue chicken.
They
make some good chicken.
They do.
Probably put some of that.
Now I'm kind of worried.
I'm kind of worried. Yeah. So after that happened, like doctors started prescribing it like it was candy and shit. And like by 2004, it was a leading drug of abuse in the United States. That's OxyContin. Right. Yeah. So anyway, back to my original point, what I was making, like how white people have more access to it. Like so. Basically, like people that had better insurances and access to the doctors willing to prescribe opioids were white people. And they became the predominant users and abusers of the drug. And that's why it affects that group the most. Like even in trying to get pain medications, we were still discriminated against. Like, oh yeah, you're not feeling that much pain. But if a white person came into the doctor's office, oh, you're feeling this pain, let me prescribe you this opiate. You know, which is kind of funny, right? Like it kind of tied back to like the whole Coke thing where they're trying to keep from minorities and like, that's what happened. Now the opiate thing, try to get from minorities.
Like,
this is what happened.
From black people, like, he fucked up.
And even talking about that, like I mentioned before, the arrest rates, right? So like recreational, like opioid use increased in white communities, right? And the arrest rate for sale or possession of these drugs was 1/4 the rate of street drugs like heroin or cocaine, whatever. Even though the abuse rate of the opiates far exceeds the abuse rate of heroin. Right?
Yeah.
So even when they're taking all this stuff, they're not getting arrested as far as like how much minorities or black people were being arrested during the crack epidemic. You know what I mean?
And I'll also want to point out another big difference.
Yeah.
In terms of how it's treated. I don't think the government in general wants to take on big pharmaceuticals.
I was getting to that too. Yeah. Like why do you think the Congress or the government? We have footage of this stuff.
Yeah,
how they reacted. Like they have sessions. How they reacted to like the cocaine and crack epidemic in the 80s. Like what they discussed and how they're discussing this.
Yeah,
like Trump has it like number one in his agenda. Like this whole epidemic stuff. You know what I mean?
Because he's
and it's like no, it's crazy though. It's like how it was discussed in Congress. That's a really good point to bring up.
Yeah,
like totally different how they brought it up. You know.
I will also point out the fact that because crack can be self-made, they will always allude to the fact that crack can be self-made, and that's who we need to track down.
Yeah.
It's funny. Drug dealers are really good scientists, and they don't really know it yet.
Drug dealers are really good scientists and really good business people.
And mathematicians.
I think Jay-Z got from selling crack on the corner to being a freaking CEO of like $1 billion empire he has.
Yeah.
Because you have that business savvy. Nobody, y'all think, all the people that have the infatuation with like, people from the streets or whatever. Nobody wants to be on the corner selling cocaine. Nobody wants to hustle. Nobody wants to hustle and sell weed. Nobody wants to do this. You have to out of necessity because of what your environment you're brought up at. None of these real drug dealers out here, they don't want to do that stuff. They would much rather just have a regular job or own a company, whatever the case may be, a small business, whatever, and just live a regular life. Now, some people like, money making Mitch, paid in full, they love that shit. But the majority of people don't want to do this. Yeah. It's high stress. But I digress. Like white people, right? Addicted to drugs are perceived as victims in need of treatment.
Yes.
Black people addicted to drugs are perceived as criminals who are sent to jail. Right?
Requiem of a dream.
Exactly. And like Black and Hispanic communities where many drug addicts were incarcerated or treated like at methadone clinics, the suburbs have like take back programs for unused medications. They have Good Samaritan laws. They have a naloxone availability with emergency medical service. They have office-based opiate maintenance programs with buprenorphine, which is just Suboxone, right? So in general, like concern for opiate addiction and overdose, like the vast majority among white people, like that shifted the U.S.'s like position on like just drug uses from like criminalization to a public health concern. Yeah. It's because of that one factor, the white factor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So basically, black people getting jail time all the time. And I know if you're familiar with Jane Elliott, that like she's a speaker. She like does like social experiments.
Her name is.
But look, I feel like once you see a video, But she basically did an experiment where she like asked a room full of white people, right? She was like, they were all sitting down. If you would like to be treated as a black person in this society, please stand up. Crickets.
Of course.
Nobody stood up. So you ask the question again. So if you would like to be treated as a black person in this society, please stand up. And nobody stood up. So that inherently tells you, so she was like, that shows you that it's bad for black people here in America. Like, you know that. So why are you trying to act like it's not? Like, why? You understand? People are not done. They understand this stuff. So when you hear all this BS about, even like the Kaepernick thing, they know what the Kaepernick thing is about. It's about police brutality against minorities and black people in general, but they're going to make it into disrespecting the American flag. Yeah. Those want to shift the discussion somewhere else because they know if you look at the truth, whatever, head on, it's going to burn.
Great deflectors.
Exactly.
And that's what I call
America, the deflected nation.
I was getting an argument with my dad about it, and my dad was like, well, they would have got him back. And I was like, they don't care. It's never been about...
Wait, what did your dad say?
My dad was like, he was more so in the concern of looking at the box outside.
Outside the box and stuff?
Yeah, outside the box in the sense of, well, more so inside the box, trying to look out. Okay. In the sense of, well, he's doing X, Y, and Z. Does he really want to play? Like, why are they doing all of this and whatnot?
Sure.
And I was trying to tell my dad, I was like, they don't care about the anthem. It's never been about that.
100%.
It's always, they're going to change the narrative. You had military come out and say, I understood where he comes from. I respect where he comes from. We told him not to sit down. Just kneel. Fine.
Yeah, fact. The military guy told him to do that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And then kneeling was a problem. And then I was like, well, when you pray, you kneel. When somebody
you pray, you kneel.
Yeah.
Facts, yo.
When like somebody get injured on the field, we have to take a knee.
These are facts, yo.
Like you pay respects by taking the knee. Like I don't get where people come from.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So every narratives change. And going back to the opioid and crack epidemic, the thing that changed the narrative was they're harming themselves versus, we got all of these corporations harming us. And that's where it came from. And the fact that...
Okay, I got you.
One, we didn't teach ourselves how to do crack.
That's a fact.
Well, somebody had to teach us how to do it.
Okay.
And whoever taught us how to do it...
It wasn't me.
Yeah. It's like, we're big pharmaceutical, but nobody's going to challenge them. Nobody will dare challenge them. So it's easy to deflect from a big party that has all the power to a small minority that we taught everything to.
Yeah.
Like, if we're really honest right now, like, if we can get those people out of it, the people who do sell drugs, not these people, that's a very bad term. But you get them out from where they are, and you tell them, hey, let's put you in a self-constructed science environment.
Oh, no, 100%.
Yeah, I think
go back to resources, man.
Phenomenal.
Man, trust me, you could talk for years on like just the institutional racism and how things are structured. I mean, everybody just knows. People know this stuff. Like it's just so many steps, so many layers to that shit. It's crazy. But yeah, like in general, it's just say like it's just a big difference in how it was handled from even society's viewpoints on it, how it was handled in the news media, and how Congress and like the government sees it.
Yeah,
every facet of it was handled differently than the crack epidemic.
And then they want black people to go against it, and it's kind of like, well, if you want us to do that, have the same energy.
Facts.
That's what.
Anyways, I digress from that conversation.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be here for
talk about
hours.
We'll talk about that forever. Like, let me talk about our good friends from China. So talk about fentanyl now.
Oh my god,
fentanyl in America and China's role in that. So let me give you a little backstory if you're not too familiar with fentanyl. So fentanyl is the deadliest drug in the United States right now. Right? To put into perspective, is how strong fentanyl is. Let me start by saying it's synthetic first because that means it's man-made. Ugh. So it doesn't come naturally from opium plant like, oxycodone, the opioids, right?
Yeah.
So it's an opiate, but it's 50 times stronger than heroin and 100 times stronger than morphine. So let that sink in right there. That's how strong fentanyl is.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, fact. That's how strong it is. So like
it's not even a party drug.
That's a wild drug, right?
Yeah, you can't even go to a club and be like, yo, you want some fentanyl?
You want some fentanyl? No, I don't want to die.
I don't want to die. I just want a good time.
So the CDC basically said that fentanyl is a drug most commonly identified in fatal overdoses. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So in 2017, fentanyl was associated with 39% of all drug overdose deaths, which is an increase from 2016 when it was only 29%. So every 8 minutes, right? This is a wild stat. Every 8 minutes, someone in America dies from drug overdose. Every 8 minutes.
That's depressing.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So more than 70,000 Americans died from drug overdoses last year. And from that, more than 31,000 in the United States died after taking fentanyl. That's almost like half people that died.
Good Lord.
Yeah, there's no other drug in modern history that's killed more people in a year.
If Rihanna was in your bed, right, and she says, only way we're doing this.
If you take some fentanyl, I guess I'm going to take that risk.
Okay.
That risk will be taken.
I was about to say this. I think this is what's going on here.
That Fenty Beauty? All right, cool. What's up, Ree?
You notice that you don't remember any of the exes.
So fentanyl started appearing in the U.S., on the streets of the U.S., in like large quantities in the 2013. That's when I got in the game. Supplying the streets with that shit. What's up? Now, but anyways, most of it was produced in China and shipped in the mill, okay? Now, the whole point of this whole topic here is to bring up the Chinese government. You know, the trade war going on and everything like that?
Yeah.
And so, they have
civil war shit going on down there.
But that's Hong Kong.
Yeah,
which is like the island like off the mainland of China. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I think I saw in my stats, I had like a few listeners in like that area or whatever.
Oh.
Like, I see my stats are like the listeners I got. A lot of them in the U.S., but a lot of them in Europe too. And like random countries and stuff like Australia.
I was about to say,
shout out to Australia. So
that's a fine woman.
I mean, it might be robots listening. I don't know if we're listening. But anyways, so on the Chinese government's attitude toward fentanyl, like China has big problems with drugs like heroin and meth and ketamine, but they don't have a fentanyl problem like they do in the U.S.
Yeah.
Right? So the big problem in China is that a lot of these drugs, which are banned in the U.S., are still legal in China. And so the companies that make them, like with the full support of the government, and have them basically smuggled into the U.S. And China don't give a fuck. Right? They're like, you want to do a trade war? Let's see how the fentanyl go hit your streets over there. Hit you right in the neck. So China's not doing anything to contain that industry at all. Like they're actually, they're actually supporting and encouraging the industry. Like they have they give companies that make the drug like tax breaks, subsidies, and other grants. Right? So there's one company I was looking this up. One company called Huan Cheng. That's like YUANCHENG, and they employ like about 700 people, and they have like branch offices all over China. And there was an interview I saw in the Atlantic the other day, and they interviewed a smuggler who talks about selling, the drugs in the U.S., just shipping it via mail and stuff. And I saw this thing on like on a news station. I think it was like on NBC, and they were on the computer, just like talking to a smuggler on the computer, like just regular conversation, like you want this shipped over here, and they found a way to ship it to them, and in like a package that you wouldn't alert the authorities and stuff, and they got it shipped to their office. So it's not like that hard to smuggle that shit in, especially from China, because they can get real creative in how they ship it in.
I was about to say, if the lights turn off in here, we might have to like go out the window. If the lights turn off, we might have to run out the window immediately.
Yeah, so China is all about the fentanyl. So that's where the streets a little bit are getting it from is China. But also, if drugs are involved, Mexico got to be involved.
Yeah.
Mexico is all about their life. right? So today, the majority of fentanyl is smuggled from Mexico, right? Because drug traffickers basically look at it like it's a lot cheaper to produce to get that.
Trump is listening to us, rubbing his nipples and like,
don't see how that
keep
wall.
telling him. You're like, the wall.
Yeah, I mean, basically what the Mexicans are doing, whatever the drug cartels are thinking about is like, the drug is like, it's so powerful and like it's so cheap to produce, right? They're like, why don't you just increase our profits and smuggle this instead? You know what I mean? Because only 2 milligrams of fentanyl is enough to kill you. Like, this is slightest. That's why you see all these deaths of the opiates. A lot of them is fentanyl because like the slightest miscalculation of like the drug you put into whatever you're selling, whatever, can kill somebody like real easy. Like it's a strong ass drug.
I don't like therapy homes or retirement homes or whatnot.
Yeah,
because I feel like some of them places have shit like that in them.
Oh yeah, I mean, as a pharmacist, definitely have fentanyl like available to me right there. And you give them to the patient. Like some patients actually really need it, obviously. Yeah, because they just got hooked on other opiates, and then that's the last line treatment. Pretty much is fentanyl, which is nuts.
It is.
Then you think about how strong that drug is. People like taking like that shit on a regular basis. It's like.
Did you watch the film Dallas Buyers Club?
That's a good movie.
Do you believe that theory works?
Was it based on a true story? I think it was based on a true story.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Do you believe that actually is a solution?
I mean, maybe not for the opiates in general. Yeah. But like people have to travel like this, diabetic medications. People get it cheaper overseas in like England or Europe, whatever, in that area. Insulin's a big one. Like diabetic medications are getting really expensive. Oh, people have to travel to different places to like actually
my fucking dad
get it. Yeah, so it's like
God.
it's rough, man. It's like if you see the stories on how people ration their doses for the, it's crazy. But anyways, back to this addiction. I want to talk about your story, my guy. Oh, so my friend Greg here has a little story to tell. What's and Benadryl addiction. I need the whole story, my guy. I need the characters, beginning, middle, end, and all that.
So I woke up at 5 a.m.
No. But before we even get started though, let me give people a little, backstory on Benadryl real quick, so they know, like,
Good God.
Yeah, a little bit. So talk about what you get yourself into. All right.
I'm about to
die. So I want to talk about Benadryl as an addictive drug. All right. Whew. So Benadryl is used to help with like alleviating reactions like itching, sneezing, stuff like that, like increased like mucus production from allergies and like the common cold, right? So generally, like addiction to Benadryl is possible. People like primarily will develop a psychological dependence on the drug, and that can stem from the idea that like in all fear, right? Like they won't be able to go to sleep without it, or they need it in their daily lives, right? Or they won't be able to remain asleep for the entire night if they don't take this medication, and then that fear kind of becomes like anxiety, and like the sensation of like relaxation. If you have anxiety, you have something that can help you with that. So that sensation of like relaxation that initially you feel like while you're taking Benadryl, like, and that like calms your anxiety down, that like can kind of like perpetuate like the cycle of misuse, right? So over time, a person who takes Benadryl may find that the original dose may not be enough to help them fall asleep as quickly as before, right? Or that, they're waking up during the night or whatever. So that indicates that the body has like become more tolerant like of the drug, and like you become more dependent now. That's when the dependency starts. You know what I mean? So the person that then takes more of the drug to like achieve that desired effect of falling asleep and staying asleep for the duration of the night, So that's a little backstory on that. But one more thing, actually, though, there's a recent list I saw of the top 10 like deadliest drugs in America. Number 1, like I mentioned before, was fentanyl, right?
Okay, yep.
Number 1, that makes sense, fentanyl. Number 10, guess what that was?
Benadryl?
Benadryl.
Get the fuck out of here.
Diphenhydramine, bro. Benadryl. 2,300 deaths in 2017.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's a good source. I think it's like a New York Times Post, whatever it was. So it's a credible source, whatever.
How many are they taking a day?
I don't know, but they said that's number 10, bro. Of the deadliest drugs in America is Benadryl. I would never have thought about that.
That's wild.
But you talk about your addiction is what brought me to that. But yeah, go ahead. Talk about speak to it, man. Speak to it. Preach.
So I have very bad allergies.
Okay.
Like mine's like pollen, anything like dust. Pollen and dust are my 2 kryptonites.
Okay.
So if I'm around it a lot, my face breaks out. One of my eyes closes like really bad. It was so bad one time my lungs like couldn't breathe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was really bad.
So it's a real reason. Okay.
Yeah. So no allergy medicine. I took allergy medicines A through Z. Benadryl was the one that was like, okay, I could take one of these.
I can fuck with it. You fuck with it?
Yeah, I was like, I fuck with it. I could take one of these. I'll be all right for the day. Then one was done. I could take two of these. I'll be good for the day. Then two got really bad. And I was like...
Wait, so how often we take it morning, noon, and night? Or is it like you take it once a day like a vitamin? Like what do you...
When I was... like 14, 15.
Okay.
3 of that. Like three at once.
You were a drug addict when you were younger.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 at once.
Okay.
And then it got really bad, and I took 3 or 4 like at nighttime, and then took 3 or 4 when I got home. It was really bad.
After school when you're humming.
Yeah, I was
gotcha.
Like I go in my bed and I'm like spinning around.
You were spinning around in your bed.
Like
I was imagining that. Okay.
And now I'm back at 2 a day, which really is good.
So you do 2 pills a day. You have to take it every day.
Not every day. My allergies aren't horrible.
So you're not just taking it to take it. Like you only take it when you have to prevent like prophylaxis to prevent an allergy thing, or and to just make sure. But your brain has just become conditioned to that because like this has been effective. So like, you don't want to risk it not being effective anymore and not taking it. So I understand that kind of concept.
Yeah, it's just the bad side effects that comes with it.
Like what?
Like when I take it, some days I don't move.
Oh shit!
Like, well, not I don't move, but it's like my body does not want me to move. Like,
does that affect your work and like social life though? If you're not moving, it's not often though. It's
not often. It's like once in a month, like once in a blue moon.
Okay.
And I was like in my room, just sitting down, like on the bed, and I was like, all right, I need to get up. I gotta get some shit done today.
Sure, yeah.
I didn't get up for like 10 minutes.
Oh shit!
I was like, yo, what is this? And then I got up and I was almost falling again. I almost lost my balance. So I had to stop. At that time, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this alternative. I heard Greek yogurt's good for allergies.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Can you confirm that Greek yogurt's good for allergies?
I'm not going to confirm it. I'm not going to confirm it right now. But I agree with you. I'm following you right there.
Because
I have to do my own research on that, though.
Okay.
Actual legit sources, not just what I saw on the internet. But yeah, go ahead.
I did it. And then I was telling people it's good for you, like it's good for allergies.
Okay.
And then one of my coworkers he's a very conservative Tea Party guy, very hard-nosed, fucking asshole. He's actually a really nice guy, but
he's a little racist.
Yeah, a little bit, low key,
little pinch of racism.
Yeah, I remember when you was talking about Trump, it was like, it's the goddamn Mexicans. And then I just...
it's a goddamn Mexicans. That shit sounds hilarious. It's the goddamn Mexicans.
He sounds exactly like that.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, he kept shitting on me. He was like, yeah, did you do your Greek yogurt today? I was like, fuck you.
Okay. But do you think you can get off it and like away from it at this point in your life?
Well, yeah, a little bit. I mean, for the most part.
So? Yeah, I mean, it's just a big part of your life since you were like a teenager. Like that's like almost a decade now, pretty much.
Longer than that, actually. Yeah, it's been since I was like 9 or 10.
Oh wow.
Yeah, allergy medicines. I was going through them. Claritin sucks. Allegra sucks.
So
Zyrtec was bad.
Benadryl works for you, and you found that.
Benadryl just worked.
It just works for you.
Yeah, I mean, it technically got me fired one day, but yeah,
that's another story.
Don't take it in the morning. That's what
I was gonna say. It's definitely has
And my job at that time was to watch people work.
Okay. Oh, that's kind of. You slept on the job, like like Epstein's bodyguard slept on the job, and that's how he got killed. So he was sleeping on the job and shit.
Kill himself, but
he didn't kill himself. It's okay. We're gonna let that one slide, America.
I'm so getting fired tomorrow.
Okay, that's good. Now I understand you more about your benefits. When you mentioned this to me first, I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh no, I'm not taking.
So, do you prefer pills or is there more syrups? Liquid, whatever.
Pills are easier.
Popping them pills. I bet. All right, cool. Now I know more about that. Let me dive into some other stuff now.
Okay.
Let's get into some more pop culture.
And
some relevant like stories I saw in the news. So you mentioned before you had this Summer Walker thing in the web thing. Cause I saw Summer Walker. I looked it up. What you're talking about, and it was something about the anxiety at the Sochi Awards, whatever. And you saw a picture of her on the red carpet. How she looked like a fucking fool.
Yeah,
she looks so weird. Like, but the thing about it is like, why you going to these shows if you know you have this kind of social anxiety or whatever? And like, why you like?
Did she hear her acceptance speech?
Yeah, it was like short and it's weird too. It's like I want to thank London on the Track and thank you. And she walked away.
I thought she said London from my back.
London on the Track. That's like producer. London on the Track.
Like, thank you, London from my back. Or like London from the deck. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but she's looking like a weirdo. Like,
she was so nervous.
If you're in that industry, you expect to do these kind of things, whatever. But but speaking on that, what you talk about, you said this generation about WebMDing yourself to death and stuff. Like,
well, yeah, I had an issue with it because I felt like a lot of people were picking on her.
Oh, okay, like me. Okay. I'm sorry.
And no, you're fine. And a lot of people who put themselves in the box of anxiety and depression, and they never.
I think anxiety and depression go hand in hand. Like,
yeah, they do.
100%.
Yeah, and they don't get treated for it. They just say it online like, depression is real. I got this. Or I have clinical depression, but I never went to a doctor to get clinical. Like,
you think it's a cool fad now? Because everybody's talking about mental health awareness now. Yeah. Everybody, if like it's cool. It's like, when if you're gay or whatever, or homosexual, like that was back in like, let's say like 10 years ago, that started becoming a thing. But now it's like more mental health awareness, right? Yeah. That's becoming a thing now. So if you mention that, like people are gonna look at you like it's a way to get like clicks or whatever. That's how I look at it, a way to get clicks and a way to like, people are gonna get more, I guess, fans, people in your base, whatever. So I look at it more in that kind of, not like that. I'm not saying I'm being skeptical of her. Yeah. I'm just saying like, now it's an end thing to like be that kind of way and not, you know what I mean? So it's like, anyways, but yeah, keep going what you're saying. Well, I cut you off.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah. I remember because I can kind of slightly admit it, said I was one of them who said that. Okay. I went to therapy because I was like, God damn, this is way too much. And I was like, need to go to therapy, and they're like, yeah, you kind of got depression. And I was like, well, thank you for confirming it.
Thanks for confirming.
Yeah, I was like, well, do you want medication? I was like, no, don't.
Everybody's depressed right now in America.
Of course, going on? Yeah. And what I had an issue with was the fact that even though people have it, there's different extreme cases of it, of course.
Yeah, my issue is like, who actually has it and who's just saying that they have it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all anxiety is not created equal.
Yeah, and I look at how they treated Summer in the same sense. They're like, I get the anxiety thing, but come on, this is too much. Okay. And I'm kind of like, you can't joke on someone's issues if they actually have the issues. Like,
is this the first time? Was it the first time she really actually mentioned like that though?
She had the big issue with the meet and greet. And the meet and greet, because a lot of people are
I heard about that. Someone trying to hug her or something like that, which I totally get. Like, you want your personal space. Trying to hug me.
They didn't get hugs, or they were very like, here's the fan, here's me, I'm still in my seat and whatnot. Yeah. And then a lot of fans got upset with her because of her concert, like her concerts. She sits down. Oh, yeah,
that's true. I heard about that. She does.
That's kind of a very big no-no when you do shows and you sit down in concerts. And from what I'm getting from her, and I think a lot of people is it's a difference between being put in the fame very quickly, because her album came out and she blew up.
She kind of shot the fame. So I understand like she's not used to that kind of lifestyle. Yeah. Yeah, so that's totally understandable. It's quick to fame.
Yeah, and I always wondered about it because I know her music videos, and the first one what was it? Girls Need Love, and she was very like touchy with the
Drake
girls
on that track.
I hated the Drake
version.
Drake
is Drake.
I like Drake, but I hated that version.
I didn't like that song either. I'm not the biggest Summer Walker fan. The music is not doing anything for me. But it's all great.
Very same. Her album was almost every song sounded the same.
Yeah.
So minus the Bryson song, because I fuck with that song.
That's a good song. I like that Bryson song. That's a good song. And the Usher one a little bit too.
I like the Usher one.
But in general, what you're saying, she's like, not gonna be so hard on people that say they have like kind of social anxiety dealing with that
and
stuff.
I wonder when it comes to artistry, and I think you were touching onto it.
My phone keeps dinging and blowing up and stuff. Go ahead.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
It's crazy.
No more podcasts and pharmacy.
No more podcasts, we out here.
Yeah. So I was listening to everybody. I'm like, is there a way of being an artist without doing the artist stuff? And like, if your anxiety is that bad, you shouldn't be doing concerts.
Yeah, I think she might go away from doing that and just do more. I don't think what she said. She might just do like just some music and just go away from concerts. A lot of people are actually trying to do that. A lot of these new artists.
But it's weird because you don't get paid if you just don't do shows.
Isn't that how you get paid to do like actual shows? Like that's where your main money comes from.
The music industry is not paying you no more. Like you get money doing tours. Yeah, the label's not going to pay for.
Yeah, exactly. Touring. That's where you get making money at. But anyways, that was a little Summer Walker, little tangent real quick. Let me get back.
Stop expecting hugs and meet and greet, you fucking weirdos.
Yeah, but let me talk about a couple of stories though that I saw in the news cycle recently that I think is interesting. I want to get your opinion, a little bit of opinion on it though. The first one, excuse me, that I saw was that they were talking about frequent pot smokers face twice the odds of getting a stroke in their life. Yeah, like if you smoke marijuana often, your chance of getting a stroke in your life at some point is a lot higher than those that don't smoke marijuana, which is kind of interesting to me though.
That is very interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know how to feel about that. That's kind of like, interesting. So that's something to look into. That was very recently. Like, it just came out, and I was like, wow. Okay, it's funny because like now, obviously marijuana is getting legalized everywhere now. Because with that being said about the whole marijuana pot smokers getting stroke, like the chance of that increasing.
Yeah,
there's a bill that I saw another story in the news that it's a bill in the House that's gonna remove criminal penalties like for marijuana and take the drug off the federal controlled substance list.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. And it's going to expunge conviction records and like invest money into the communities that have been like, mainly affected by this prohibition of marijuana. So that's the one that's in the House and it should, go through the Senate hopefully soon. But like, that was good news as well too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like a historic thing. As marijuana becomes a link for stroke.
That horrible.
It's not him doing that. It's just the House.
Oh, yeah.
Not the White House. The House of Representatives. They're doing that good stuff. Because mostly a majority of Democrats in there right now.
I was trying to start controversy.
Yo, but this the story that really got me, though.
Okay.
Last but not least, this story is about... So it's a new injectable birth control out there. And it's not for women. All right? It's for the fellas. I want to hear how I feel about this one. So it's a birth control method... lasts like about 13 years. That's a long time. So it involves injecting something. It's a polymer. Well, basically injected into the area is called the vas deferens area. So basically where the area where your sperm starts going from the testicles up the urethra, aka the penis, aka the dick. So that's the part it gets injected into, and it basically effectively it blocks the sperm from leaving the testicles, right? And
so you're nutting yourself?
No. Where's the sperm going?
Where's the sperm going?
It just stuck there.
Ew.
Just heavy balls, walking around with heavy balls filled with sperm.
Imagine having to go to the bathroom right after that. That shit's gonna hurt.
Yeah, fast. But anyway, it's an injectable, guys. So like, I don't know how I feel about this male birth control. Like,
don't
relax.
Fucking do it.
But like, there's a pill too. Like, it's coming out too. That's gonna be like years down the line.
Don't fuck with yourself.
But that's interesting. But I saw that story. I'm like, wow, that's like crazy.
Don't fuck with your sperm.
Yeah,
we get a finite amount as is.
Yeah,
I mean we generate a lot.
You have the vasectomy, which is kind of you could always come back from that vasectomy.
Yeah,
so.
Don't fuck your sperm.
That's probably the better option, in my opinion. If you go in that route.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, no.
Like if you don't want kids, like go to the little bank, get your shit off. If you like, jacking off and you don't want to want to eject, have a climate. That's weird. Like, I never had something where I was like, oh, just beat my mute for 2 hours and nothing comes out. That's some weird shit. Can you imagine just doing it for
What are you talking about? I'm talking about male contraceptive. I'm talking about jerking off.
Can you imagine doing it for an hour? And you're like, yo, nothing's coming out. What the fuck?
All right, yo. I think that's where we're going to stop the stories there. I thought we're interesting this week, all right? Now, since the holiday season, no more speaking. It's the holiday season. Let's talk about some holiday talk, all right?
All right.
And that's going to involve some foods that, we'll talk about addiction. Let's talk about some foods that are actually addictive. I found this, it was a research stuff on the University of Michigan site. They talk about the most addictive foods
that'd be fried chicken
that are out there. Oh, you think so? All right, let's see. Because they basically ranked it from 1 to 7, with 1 being not that addictive and 7 being extremely addictive. Again, this is from the University of Michigan. Okay. This is the study, okay?
And potato base got to be in the top 5.
Yeah, I mean, really not surprising. Like most of the foods that were addictive were like processed foods that were higher in sugar or both, right? And fat. But number 1 food, you said it was what?
Fried chicken.
Nope. Number 1 food was pizza with a score of 4, which, 1 to 7, 1 being not that addictive, 7 being extremely addictive. So it's right there, a little above the halfway.
Not surprising.
But pizza was number 1.
Not surprising. Cheese, the sauce.
Yeah,
bread.
exactly. Cheese, the sauce.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Facts. Number 2 was chocolate. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Number 3.
What kind of chocolate?
I don't know.
They didn't differentiate.
Milk chocolate. Probably milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate,
yeah. Shit, yeah.
Because dark chocolate is like
kind of bitter. Isn't it healthier for you?
I like dark chocolate better than milk chocolate. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I prefer milk chocolate though, but you know.
Shop Snickers.
Yeah. So that was chocolate was number 2. Number 3 was chips. Number 4 was cookies.
Okay.
Number 5 was ice cream. Number 6 was French fries. I have
a story.
Oh, what?
Cookies.
Oh, go ahead.
Keep going.
Okay, after this. All right. Yeah. Number 6 was French fries. Number 7 was cheeseburgers. Number 8 was soda, not diet soda, it's regular soda.
Ugh.
Number 9, all right. That soda's nasty.
I got a story.
You got mad stories to tell, huh? Number 9 was cake. Number 10 was cheese. Okay. Number 11 was bacon. And number 12 was your good friend, fried chicken.
Okay.
That's number 12. Number 13 was rolls, plain rolls, like bread rolls. Ew. Number 4, that's nasty. How did that even make the list? I don't know how to. I mean, if you say Hawaiian rolls, I could see that. Number 14 was popcorn, like buttered popcorn.
Okay.
Number 15 was breakfast cereal. Number 16 was gummy candy. Number 17 was steak. And number 18 was muffins. So this was 18 most addictive foods currently in America.
17 was steak. Okay, not bad.
17 steak, yeah, interesting. You can see it's beef, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean steak though, yeah. Steak is
my coworker.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put her name out there.
But on bless.
She is addicted to Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi.
That Coke is nasty.
Like, it's literally, and I lie to you not, breakfast, lunch, and I'm assuming dinner because she has like 20 cans of like Diet Coke in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
And she like puts that shit in there. And it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, you ever seen that show called My Strange Addiction on TLC before?
Mm-hmm.
Cause I was looking it up, whatever. There are people that are addicted to like cars, like loving their cars, and eating cat hair.
Yeah, mustard, weird ones.
Yeah, I think another one I saw was some lady had her husband like cremated and stuff and started eating her husband that was cremated.
That was
the same.
What the fuck?
Drinking your urine. Like if there's some, if you be having addiction, man, God, good Lord, thank God it's not one of those ones.
Yeah, well,
people eating plastic bags and then snorting baby powder. Yo, shit is nasty out there. And then
you can hear her stomach
eating mattress
in the middle of the day. Like she does like weird noises, like.
Oh, the Diet Coke lady?
Yeah, and then she like has like a weird stomach thing where you just hear it loud, like a big stomach drop. And I'm kind of like, you need to go to a doctor. This is not good. Can't drink this much sodium in your life. Like
every day she drinks the diet soda?
Every day. Every breakfast and lunch. And I think she has one in between.
You need to have an intervention with her.
This is nasty.
You're a coworker.
I can't.
You're a friend.
I can't. I'm not a friend.
You're a friend?
I can't.
You're best friends and shit?
No, absolutely not.
Like ever together?
No, I don't. I don't talk to a lot of people.
All right, but anyways, those are the foods that were the most addictive, which I found kind of interesting. The pizza was number 1. I don't know about that, but anyways.
I would have said cookies would have been my second choice.
Okay, cookies.
And the reason why is because I'm somewhat addicted to cookies.
You are? What's your favorite kind of cookies?
Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, those are the best cookies.
Oh, fucking ass. What?
They literally. Which ones though? Which ones?
I get the shortbreads.
Shortbread's mad good.
Yes, and they put some drugs in that shit.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's not.
Look, cocaine and that.
There's some fucking drug dealers.
Like, hey, you want to buy cookies?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they make them bitches too. They're like, yo, we're gonna show you how to watch. In 2021, there'll be a Girl Scout epidemic.
Girl Scout epidemic.
Yes.
Girl Scout cookie epidemic.
Yes. We're gonna be fucking. Trump survives another term. I'm here to tell you, as the president of the United States, that we need to stop the Girl Scouts.
Scouts
they're rapists. They're terrorists. They do everything wrong.
Bad hombres.
The fuck's Mexicans.
All right, yo, let's get back to the holiday spirit. Let's get back to some food. Let's get back to food.
All
right. So you know, Thanksgiving's coming up this week. And got me thinking about why people get tired after eating turkey and stuff.
Oh, God.
Right? Like, why is that a myth or not? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
the itis is real.
Yeah, let's talk about it. The itis is definitely real.
Yeah, but
let's see what turkey's role in that.
Okay,
like what's the science behind that? That actually got me thinking, right? Because so
are you gonna make me not eat turkey this year?
No, but wait, hold on. Like, so turkey meat has something called tryptophan, right? And that's used by the body to make niacin, which is a B vitamin that's important for digestion, like your skin and nerves, and serotonin. Right?
Yeah.
Now, serotonin is a neurotransmitter that plays a role in your mood and can help to create a feeling of well-being and relaxation. All right? So now the link, right? So turkey, tryptophan, serotonin, right? Okay, cool. So now when levels of serotonin are high, you're in a better mood, you sleep better, you have a higher pain tolerance. Now, tryptophan is used as needed, right, for the body to produce serotonin. Now, serotonin is used to make melatonin, and we all see melatonin, in the regular convenience drugstore, right?
Yep.
And that's the hormone that helps you control your sleep and wake cycle. So, so y'all thinking, oh, I knew it. Oh, yeah. So that makes it right. So, yes, it makes sense, right? Nope.
Uh-oh.
As it turns out, turkey contains no more tryptophan than any other kinds of poultry, right? And actually, turkey actually has slightly less tryptophan than chicken, okay? So if eating turkey isn't exactly the same as popping a sleeping pill, then why all this sudden sleepiness as soon as your holiday feast is over, right?
Yeah.
Well, research says that it basically boils down to Thanksgiving being a time when people overeat.
Yes.
So when people overeat food, the digestive process takes a lot of energy, right? So don't blame turkey, that you ate. Just blame that third plate of food that you got. All right, you power real high. So that's what it is, right? So let's not forget, right? The holiday season generally means your time off work. You're spending time with family.
There's gonna be a lot of people.
Yeah, so people are feel more relaxed, to begin with, right?
Yeah.
And you add alcohol to the mix and voila, get some sleep.
And that dessert.
Yeah. Well, what's your I know talk about this when I was a guest in your episode. But what's your favorite your food? What's your plate on your Thanksgiving plate? What are you gonna have on there?
I gotta recount the previous episode, which is called Unofficially Foodie on mtrthenetwork.com.
Oh yeah, check it out. Definitely. No, you're gonna get all your shout outs off at the end of the episode.
All
Trust that. What's on your plate?
I gotta start with the bad shit first. Then gotta get the macaroni, of course. 4 cheeses.
4, not 3, 4?
4. Okay. Gotta be baked to the guides where I can see the corner of the cheese. It has to look like a block of fucking cheese. Next to that is either sweet potato or yams. Either or works for me. Don't care which one. Both of them mixed with the macaroni tastes like fucking heaven.
Oh, that's true. Mix that. So, you gotta mix it in with that.
So you don't mix it in. You just you don't
mix it in your mouth?
No. Well, yeah, intentionally.
Okay.
This is your macaroni here, which is gonna be bigger than this, but and then you have the sweet potatoes right next to it.
Okay.
It's not there, but that line, it's like segregation a little bit. So it's like they're separate, but when they get together and they're equal, that's just fucking bomb.
Okay.
They had
so got the mac and cheese on there, the sweet potato and
collard greens.
Okay. Collard greens, gotta be on that.
The counterproductive full neck bone collard greens.
Okay.
Filled with neck bones and shit.
Okay.
Stuffing.
Gotta have stuffing. Now, stuffing goes into the turkey after you bake it, or do you fry the turkey? What's the thing? The new thing where everybody's doing frying the turkey? Air fryer, or even deep fry the turkey and stuff?
Yeah, they deep fry the turkey in my house.
Okay.
I want a smoker turkey. Oh my God.
Smoke the turkey?
Yeah.
But deep frying the turkey makes it more juicy though, right?
Yeah, it does. Stuffing.
Okay.
I gotta get gravy on it.
Okay.
I can't do you can't do the here's gravy powder. Let's put some water in it.
Oh, now you gotta get that real
You gotta get that real gravy. Okay. Not that brown shit. You just pour that shit on it and it gotta be smothered in gravy. Okay. You can't see it. I like cranberry.
Okay.
That's just me.
Cranberry sauce, yeah.
Cranberry sauce. That's what's up.
From the can or homemade?
Homemade, of course.
Oh, word? Homemade, yeah. Okay. Let's see.
You could put that with the stuffing.
Okay.
With the gravy on it.
And what are you washing all that with?
Oh, phenomenal. With me washing it down with?
Yeah. Agua? Water?
Yeah, water.
Okay.
Depressing, I know.
No, I like that. I
like fried chicken.
Gotta have that.
We have fried chicken at ours.
Yeah.
I do turkey. I don't do ham like that.
Yeah, nah.
Fuck. I don't want to do my desserts. But yeah, I'll
do a dessert. Yeah, what's your dessert? What you go for dessert?
Carrot cake.
Okay, carrot cake is slept on. Carrot cake is mad good.
Bread pudding or banana. No, we have corn pudding. Fuck. Hold on. Sorry. Rewind. After the turkey and the fried chicken, we have corn pudding in our house.
Okay.
And that got to go on the dinner plate.
You told me about corn pudding before. I'm like, I got to still try that because that sounds really interesting.
Phenomenal. I don't eat corn like that because, when you get sick eating corn, and then, well, that's kind of why I stopped eating corn like that. But I eat corn pudding to death. Corn pudding is phenomenal. Yes. Now my dessert plate's carrot cake. We have banana pudding at ours. Bread pudding too.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake,
yeah.
A little cheesecake real late at night.
Yeah, cheesecake is popping.
The regular kind.
Popping.
Sensational.
Well, for me, all that sounds good on your plate. That sounds delicious. For me, like, I'm Nigerian, so mine's gonna be mix up a bunch of stuff that we have on the plate. But like, I'll give you like, some of the stuff I put on my plate.
Okay.
Turkey leg. I don't want no other parts of the turkey but the leg. I'm sorry about that. I'm grabbing that leg. It's a wrap for that.
Yeah.
Chicken, if it's there, it's good. If it's not there, it's okay. But I prefer to have chicken wings, fried chicken on a plate, 100%. This is one. It's gonna be 2 different plates. So you gotta have that cornbread on there. I love cornbread. Cornbread is a shit. I love cornbread.
Is your cornbread with corn in it?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay.
What kind of cornbread without corn?
Some people.
Oh no, that's interesting. I never heard that before in my life.
Fucking Cracker Barrel.
If you got cornbred without corn, keep it away from me.
Yeah, don't go to Cracker Barrel.
And on the top of the cornbread, you gotta have like a little honey on the top, like glaze the honey there.
Yes.
Like
some butter in the middle.
Yeah. Oh man, that's delicious. So cornbread gotta be on there. Oh man, I don't know about that, but it's delicious though. So cornbread. And I gotta have my goat meat, man.
Okay.
And then in Africa and in Nigeria, we have this thing called pepper soup. It's really delicious, so I have that. But in desserts wise, like cornbread can be my dessert, to be honest. But if other than that, cheesecake.
Okay.
That'd be dessert wise.
That's better than
and I wash down some alcohol because I'm a functional alcoholic.
Fair enough.
And they get a little rum and coke, and I'm good with that.
You gotta get
lemonade.
You gotta give like the top 5 better than sex things.
I should do that for maybe my end of year episode. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll reconvene on that one. That's a good idea. I like that. Well, that was fun. That was a random episode, guys.
Yeah.
Let me know what you guys think about that. That was interesting. Bunch of different random topics we talked about. I thought it was fun. We had some hilarious moments in there. And we talked about a bunch of good topics, I think.
It was a lot of Paid in Full references.
It was a lot of Paid in Full, man. I just watched it recently, too. That's why I had that in my head.
I thought you were
Paid in Full is my shit.
See, I thought when you said Crack Epidemic, I thought you were going to New Jack City.
You going to New Jack City? Oh, yeah, New Jack City. That's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Oh, Pookie?
Yeah.
Yo, you're reading my mind. I do a quote of the day for each episode, and my quote is from Pookie. I'll say later on, though, in the episode. Okay. That's hilarious. Let me do my outro first real quick. Okay. I got to be professional. All right. As always, thank y'all for listening. I hope you were entertained and learned a few things. Remember to like and follow my Facebook page, Druggy Nation, DRUG-E Nation. The link is in my IG bio. Search my name, Emmanuel, EMMANUEL _WOGHIREN. All right? It's in my IG. So you search my name, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Leave a comment there. Put the episode on, during your Thanksgiving dinner, guys. Let your family listen to what you've been listening to.
Some fucking
see what they say. But if you're not gonna do that,
don't be white and put this on Thanksgiving.
But if you don't want to put it on, put your folks on top of this, man. Put your folks on game on Thanksgiving, all right? Especially your racist uncle. Put them on game on this podcast. If you're not gonna do that, if you're gonna be soft and not do that and be scared and stuff, put on the episode, you drive back home.
Yeah.
Or drive to school or work or wherever you're going, or gym, lifting them weights and shit.
Watching Disney Plus.
Episode. Watching Disney Plus.
Yeah.
My episode in the background. But let your friends, more importantly, your friends and family know about it and see how they react. Also, let me know what you want me and my guests, talk about. And send a message over on my Facebook page. Leave a comment there. Use the hashtag DrugEatTopics. And I'll definitely look at that and we'll make it happen. All right? Again, thanks for listening, guys. It's only going to get better. And now, Greg, you have any shout-outs for anything? You mentioned your podcast, your social.
Well, first, thank you for having me.
Of course, that's coming.
Forgot to do that in the beginning. That was rude.
No doubt.
So thank you for having me. That's 2 times. You can follow my podcast, Unofficially Black, on mtrthenetwork.com.
Okay.
We have another podcast on there called MTR Robcast. That's our flagship show. We have comics. We have blogs. We're going to be doing a end of the year and decade blog this week. Okay. I'm doing rap albums, albums in general, which is going to be very difficult.
That sounds dope, though.
Yeah, Frank Ocean's going to be number 1.
I'll go talk about that off mic, but go ahead.
Trying to remember. You can follow me on Instagram at unofficially_black_MTR. There's no underscore after that. You can follow MTR the Network in general, MTR Podcast on Instagram. You can find our podcast on mtrthenetwork.com, as I mentioned. You can follow us on Apple Podcasts and any other podcast platforms, really.
Okay.
I think we're trying to get back on Spotify. And that's really it for over here.
That's what's up, man. Yep. So yeah, if you haven't, done it already, go ahead and subscribe to all the platforms for the Unofficially Black podcast.
Oh, and we take nudes.
Oh my God. Like I said, if you haven't already, remember to subscribe for my podcast on Apple Podcasts, on the Podbean app, definitely the Podbean. That's Podbean, the Podbean app, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play. It's everywhere, okay? And now we're also on iHeartRadio. And then back to what you mentioned before. All right, for today's quote comes from the great philosopher Pookie from the movie New Jack City. And it goes,
favorite movie too.
I tried to kick it, but that shit just be calling me, man. It be calling me, man. I just got to go to it. If you haven't watched that movie, go watch the movie New Jack City with Pookie. Chris Rock plays him. It's hilarious.
Sitting that bitch alone. Rock-a-bye, baby.
All right, let me get out of here. Before I do that, though, it's still RIP to Nipsey the Great. The marathon continues. Yes. Remember, subscribe on all those platforms I mentioned earlier so you can get automatic notifications when new AudioSodes drop, all right? Also, just a reminder, check out my small doses. I haven't put one up in a little bit, but I'll probably put one up end of year one. So it's about like 10 minutes long, so don't forget to check those out. Subscribe on all my platforms I mentioned. And thanks for listening and supporting, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Eat up and have some uncomfortable conversations with your relatives, all right?
Yes. And Malaya, I'm still waiting for that DM.
All right, y'all. I'm out. Deuces.
I really want that DM from Malaya.